from Annarose, and we're here at the Intersectional Pride March.
I am so excited to be here today and participating with the folks from Summit County to stand up for both people of color and those in our LGBTQ community.
My name's Leslie Mumford. This matters to me because it is my life. I am a queer trans woman. I live in Summit County, and speaking up is what we all need to do.
My name is Shannon Galpin. I'm a resident of Frisco, Colorado, and a social justice activist. I am psyched to be here with a student-led intersectional pride protest. It makes me so proud that the students are taking this on.
Hi, I'm Anna Vaine. We organized this intersectional pride march to highlight the overlap in the different marginalized communities that are especially present here in Summit County.
There are a lot of things that I've learned and unlearned growing up in this unique community. I had to unlearn my homophobic and transphobic behavior that I wasn't aware I was exhibiting when I learned that that was hurtful. I had to unlearn my definition of racist when I began to see that my definition was wrong. I learned that just because I live in this little bubble that is Summit County, that does not guarantee me or my loved ones be spared from the hardships often associated with big cities. But I also had to learn about pride. In the spirit of pride, love, and remembrance, I would like to remember the past of the queer community. I would like to remember Dominique Fells and Raya Milton, who were killed for being who they really were. I would like to remember Marsha P. Johnson, who was a black trans woman who threw the first stone at Stonewall 4 years ago. I would like to remember Brenda Howard, who was a Jewish bisexual polyam woman who planned the first Pride. I would like to remember the people who lived and loved in the shadows of society because they were not accepted for who they were. I would like to remember that all of us who look different than the cookie-cutter image of what a perfect person looks like are all fighting our fight together. I would like to remember this grand community that I am a part of. Quiero reconocer a todos ustedes porque lo que estás haciendo es muy valiente. Tienes ganas de hacer lo que estás haciendo y te aplaudo.
And that's what I stand for. I think that we have to stand together. We have to be unified. And we have to make the change across the board. In order to help our community grow, I think we have to show our vulnerabilities and show our weaknesses. And also show unique abilities.
Race, as we know it, was created by society. Our race is human, if we go by the biological description of it.
So, this is our problem too, systemic racism, homophobia, xenophobia, or allies' problems too. Do we want our friends in our community to be treated differently or worse than we are? Differently, yes, maybe. Worse, no.
And if a conversation isn't easy, it's definitely one that's worth having. So you should have the conversation with your racist uncle, your homophobic friend, and your ignorant sibling, anyone else who you think could benefit from your knowledge. Well, I don't experience the same forms of discrimination as a black woman or a Spanish-speaking man. I do experience discrimination. I've been called derogatory names. I felt genuinely hated by some of my peers. And for the most part, I felt invisible in my identity here in Summit County. Although we don't experience the same things, I do believe that we share each other's struggles. And we're all human beings, and what ultimately connects us is the love that we show to one another. I'd like to start by acknowledging the Black lives lost this year, specifically Black trans lives. Tony McDade, Nina Pop, Raya Milton, Dominique Remy Fells. Those are just a few of the 15 reported violent murders against Black trans people in 2020.
In 2020 has already seen 14 transgender or gender non-conforming people's fatalities shot or killed by other types of violence.
Simply for being who they were. That's a very real thing. Most of them women of color. But trans surprise is still a valid defense to homicide in this state. And if they decide to kill me, there's a defense to that.
These are all talking points that detract from the greater issue of the fact that we are not being treated the same as a white man. Women, we need to stand up and speak out even louder because we have been a victim of that same exact system.
What I would ask of everybody is look to your left and look to your right. There's no way for you to know the story of your neighbor without you talking to them and getting to know them. Ask questions. Approach people from a place of genuine compassion and humility. Listen. Listen to their lived experience. Listen to their story. If we do that, just maybe we can get to places of acknowledgement, acceptance, and dare I say it, understanding.
It's a hard truth to face, but nothing that I do as an individual will make up for the 300-year struggle that Black people have faced in this country. So I'm left with a question that I'm sure many of you are also asking yourselves. What can I do as an individual? For me, the first step has been acceptance. Accepting where I'm at, accepting the mistakes that I've made, and accepting where our country is today. Acceptance requires understanding, which can be achieved through reading and listening to stories about the Black experience. My next step, and the step that I'm currently working on, is being vulnerable.
What can we do to make sure that everyone in our community is treated with the respect and dignity that they deserve? Well, first, we need to speak up, and today serves as that. Secondly, we need to get involved. And third, as a teacher of civics and economics, you need to get out and vote. And you need to specifically vote for our local representatives. It's not just about a presidential campaign anymore.
We can break these chains. We can create equitable spaces. And it starts with the relationships right here, with the person right next to you, right here in our community today.
Gracias. Gracias por su apoyo de su comunidad. Gracias por su apoyo de sus vecinos. Gracias.
Until the world ceases to separate us by color, we got our work cut out for us. We are not going to change people's mind about being racist, but we can raise our children with better values.
If I could make one more suggestion respectfully, I would say it's more effective to treat people like children, understanding the time and love and patience that's needed to grow. This change is inevitable, but none of us have seen this before.